Hey guys, it's Dustin here, the pro picker. I'm outside this Goodwill here. They're claiming they have 3,000 new items every day on the sign outside. I've noticed that trend at local Goodwills, not all of them, but some are like putting out signs saying random numbers of items that they're putting out daily. I just don't see how it's possible personally, unless they're talking about all of the stores in the greater Dayton area or something. I don't know what they mean by that. If they mean per store, I just don't see how that's happening. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, please give the, everybody please give the video a like and comment below. I would really appreciate if you would subscribe and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't. It helps you stay up to date with my continual resale content, as I guess I've started calling it lately. I post videos very frequently, a lot of thrifting, eventual yard sales, estate sales, return bin sales, pallets, just looking at cool stuff and seeing what I can make a profit on. So if you're into that, consider giving me a sub. The first thing I see here is they've moved the video games. So let me give you guys some quick background. This is a store I've taken off my route and I haven't touched for a few weeks purely because I typically don't find anything here. They've moved their video games over to here. It used to be over at the showcase where we initially started. And I find this Tiger Woods PGA Tour 11 complete. This is a $20 game shipped for $2.99, so I'll make like $10 in profit, a little more once I ship it out. Definitely a good score on this. It's not as good as the PGA Tour Masters Edition 12 or whatever. That's a good bolo game for like, it's worth like $40, $45 or something, but I will take a $20 game at this store any day of the week. And they're having a conversation there. I guess one of them's like the store manager, and they're starting to redesign how they do things apparently here is what they're saying. There's definitely less clutter on the shelf, which I can appreciate. They had a lot of not very valuable items just kind of all over the place before. So taking a little bit of a break seems to be paying off for me as I came back to a nice fresh store. This is a 3D Samsung Blu-ray player. Typically, I like to get these, but not at $20 without the remote. It's barely worth more than that. I always check light bulbs, guys, mainly GE. These, however, I felt after scanning them and looking up comps that it would be a bright idea to go ahead and put them back. That is what I do. And I go ahead and place those there. There's some other interesting things I see. Some Corningware. This is the blue sunflower print. It's pretty popular. A lot of people are purchasing this on eBay right now. However, with no lid at $4 for such a small one, I decide that it's a buy that I can pass on. At one point, they asked me how I'm doing, so I think kind of walking around with the camera on and picking up all this glassware, which doesn't all make it into the video, but I'm literally like picking up glassware, looking at the bottom, picking up glassware, looking at the bottom. So they were probably just like, what is this guy doing? There's some additional clamshell VHS that just came out. That's the new stock cart there. I see this racquetball racket. It's not as good a shape as the one that I had purchased maybe a week or two ago in a video, but then I see this stack of bobbleheads. I've done really well in the past with bobbleheads, guys. I like to acquire these around the $2 to $3 mark or less, obviously, at yard sales. I do find mainly Reds ones because I'm in Dayton, Ohio, which is north of Cincinnati. So, of course, this is the ones that they give out when you go to the game. A lot of these are around the 2011, 2012, 2013 era. So somebody may have been like a season ticket holder or just love to go on bobblehead night. I don't know. At $4.99, I'll let you know that I do speak with the manager here, and she made it seem as she said blatantly that it's store policy once it's priced and out on the floor that it can't be negotiated. I don't know if that's her policy. I know that's not necessarily overall Goodwill policy of the area or anything, for sure. However, I accept it. And I do find this Red's Hot Wheel car for $2.99. It's a $45 shipped car, so definite pickup there. I do have to then sort through all the bobbleheads, which I won't bore you with. In a minute, I'll show you all the ones I get. I'm not going to throw up comps purely because the bobbleheads are all in the $20 to $30 range shipped. So I'll make an average of $7 to $8 in profit each. But they're easy sales, they're easy lists, easy ships, and they're all in really good condition, so I don't have to write a ton in the descriptions or anything of the listings, which is nice. So I'm not really upset that she wouldn't negotiate with me, but I'm looking for an excuse to put another store on my route that I go to daily, because oftentimes I just don't find enough for either the purpose of reselling or for the purpose of showing you guys really cool stuff on what's become almost a daily basis of making videos. In fact, I don't think I've missed one in almost a month. Anyways, with that aside, so in the short run, yes, I probably paid more and she got more money out of me not giving me a deal for these bobbleheads. But in the long run, I spend probably an average between $30 and $60, just somewhere in there on average whenever I go out to a thrift store on a regular basis. And it would have been nice to have been thrown a bone on that, especially after all the times I've been in the store and it's been really hard to find anything. I don't know. I don't really take anything personal in business. It's whatever for me. Checking out the Saucony here. They have 2 pairs. Very good brand. Definitely keep an eye out for them. Mainly, I find a lot of luck in the Ever Runs, Echelons, those sort of the Sauconys. Those just didn't have enough value. I'd say $30 in better shape than those shipped. I see a couple tees that are interesting. There's this bulking season one, which is supposed to be Winnie the Pooh or whatever. However, there's one listed and it's only 20 something bucks. They seem to have bumped up their t-shirt prices too to $3.49, so got to start being really careful on those. The Brooks Brothers pants here are really lint covered, but look in great condition. I'm going to have to take a lint roller to this. It's gonna be a little bit of labor. They want $12.99 for them, which being so lint covered, it's a little steep, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick them up. They should go for $50 to $55. Around that range, I should get $20 to $25 in profit back to me pre-tax. So that's awesome. I'm down. I dropped this hat. It's one of those the things they bulk order, not donated goods, while looking at their donated hoodies. And see this To the Moon hoodie, which kind of oh hey, Dogecoin and all the other Wall Street bet memes going on right now. I thought it'd be funny. There is a similar comp from the same company that took a best offer, probably sold around $20-25 shipped. I think it's pretty cool. This one's has a whole skeleton in the moon with the rose deal. The black's kind of pretty faded on this, so I do end up passing just because the most similar hoodie to this didn't even reach $30 shipped. It's going to be $8 to ship in priority, and then I'm going to have, I'm guessing it's $5 for the hoodie, so we're at $13 there. If I get 25, we'd be at 4 in fees, so it'd be at 17. I don't even know how long it's going to take me to sell it, so to make $13 on it, but that's even if not even 17 with $8 on it to make $8 on it. But anyways, so actually this is great though for this store. This is the most I found here ever. Actually, I have found one item before that was more profitable than what I bought here, but this is certainly the most in quantity of items that I found at this thrift store, so I'm pretty stoked. I'm going to start trying to add this back into rotation every few days. I don't know if it's necessarily worthy of me going to daily at this point. If they're going to start stocking it with 3,000 items a day, it might that might change my tune a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and change gears here, guys. If you're only into looking at me find cool stuff, I appreciate you watching. And in the next video, we're gonna keep doing the same thing, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the business side of things here, guys. So my editing and creating these videos is awesome, and this is something I want to do fully, but it has taken my eye off the ball when it comes to a listing perspective. So I bought this, if you're following me on Instagram, which is @ProPickerOhio, I bought this yesterday to make this board where we would make monthly list goals. And so for the month of February, the J is for Jessica, that's my wife, and then D for Dustin. And we kind of just evaluated what we think we can list right now with all the other things we have going on. Mind you, we're finishing up a we're in the middle of a renovation of a rental that we've purchased. So we have that going on in our lives. We have, my YouTube deal here that we're trying to handle, as well as I'm outsourcing all the time. She's working. So we came down to breaking it down to a weekday goal of essentially 20 listings. And we'd be looking at a minimum of $700, which we did for the first day yesterday. And I want to just get consistent with it, and this is what we're gonna do at a minimum. The weekend goal shifts a little higher for her. My weekend doesn't change any, so like I'm still out there sourcing the whole weekend and editing and handling other things as well. So we want to add some structure. So instead of like we're gonna list 5 things, and then try and list 40 things on Saturday and 35 things on Sunday and think that that's going to get us by. We want to get back on track with it. So in February, we're looking at 20 on the weekdays, 28 items on the weekend. Next month, we're going to ramp up that goal some. It's just for this month. We're going to start a little bit slower because we have other things going on, like our real estate venture right now. I just wanted to know if you guys have any interest in hearing kind of more about the background of my resale business and what I do, because I'm very process oriented when it comes to it. So, I have a sales cycle. I know, the steps of said sales cycle, and I try to increase efficiencies within. And I think holding ourselves accountable is very important. So in the resale business, no one is going to hold you accountable except yourself. You do not have a manager. You don't have a paycheck. You don't have any other force that's out there other than the fact that you need to go out and you need to buy stuff and you need to sell it to turn it into money, to go buy more stuff, to sell it, rinse, wash, repeat. So we need to have more of a system that we put in place, and I think that this is going to help us. I don't think that the end game of this business is myself and her listing everything. I'd like to get to the point to where we do take on an employee. I also am, as I mentioned in my last video, and I'm not comfortable naming it because I haven't used them yet, and I would hate for somebody to go out and spend money on a service that I can't recommend yet. That's kind of the main reason I'm not speaking on that, on exactly who I'm using, but they're extremely popular, and I'm sure if you've been in reselling for a while and reselling YouTube, you've heard of them. I'm gonna try out a third party that you just send the pictures to for shoes and clothing, and try and outsource that side of the business. Right now, when it comes to listing, they charge around $2 or something like that per listing, and all you do is the photos. They do the info side, so we'll see how that works. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you found this helpful. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, leave a comment below, and turn on the bell notifications. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.